to survive. Now when I look in your I feel paralyzed. Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. My body goes numb, feels like someone cut my tongue. I didn't know my heart could die this young. Oh, now when I look in your I feel paralyzed.
Mike 1.
Mike 8
17.
and a half.
Let's do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Brought to you tonight by the sugar coma known as Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Oh no. I'm out of the sugar coma, man. We had so much sugar
I'm too
at
young.
school.
We're too old.
We're like, I can't think straight from all the sugar in my brain.
So much sugar.
Like, I can feel the brain cells dying.
Sugar.
Okay,
Or the brain cells get healed by the sugar.
what kind of sugar are we talking about here? Because fermented sugar can be found in many alcohols.
No, definitely not the fermented. I'm talking about the
Sad day.
Hershey / Skittles / Willy Wonka, etc. chocolate. Mostly made by Nestle, probably. As are most of our foods. So, yes, it's just the good old, natural, school-appropriate, you're going to get fired for having this type of sugar at school type of sugar.
Aren't they trying to frown upon any sugar at school?
Well, it depends on the school you work at. So, like, some schools, like the Atlanta public school system, like, their soda machines don't actually have, like,
Soda?
sugar soda. Because,
We have the fake stuff.
so you can get, like, water and stuff. Because water's so yummy. I prefer Gatorade, personally, because it actually is, like, a flavor to it. But it's still not bad for you. What? Are we singing Gatorade now?
Mm-mm.
Is there a Gatorade theme song that you'd like to illuminate us of the Gatorade-ness?
It's all about the illumination
What are we
of the
illuminating?
situation.
What are we illuminating?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Are we ruminating or illuminating?
Are we illuminating the ruminations?
Ooh, that shit's deep.
I don't know. How deep does the light go?
Deep enough?
But how deep is too deep? Like, does it become
Only
like a
women
elite?
can say, oh!
Whoa there.
Hey, now.
But if you get too close to the light, you get burnt.
Is this an Icarus thing?
Well, I was thinking more like the sun, but yes. Actually, yes. Icarus got burned by the sun.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Yeah.
So, are we Icarus or are we not?
Yes? Maybe?
I don't know.
Let's poll the jury. There's no jury.
We are the jury tonight.
Oh, we're dead.
Oh, well, that took a bad turn.
Indeed it did.
I guess we did get too close to the sun, because getting too close to the sun would probably kill you.
Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless you have proper protection.
That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to apologize that we did not have a Thursday night hangout last week, and that's because I was in the beautiful state of Washington seeing my newest nephew, and so I was not available for the show.
How many nephews does that make for you?
2.
2?
No, that's wrong. 3.
I was about to say, really? Even I knew the answer to that one.
Yes, I have 2 by my sisters and 1 by my sister-in-law.
So many.
Indeed. Now, let's get into the news, shall we?
Wait, the only news is not that you were in Seattle?
Well, no, I'm sure there's a lot of news around other than that, sir. But one of the things that's actually super duper relevant to myself is the fact that Sony has officially announced that they are shutting down PlayStation Vue in January 2020.
That's like the original streaming service, man. Of live content, I should say.
Basically, they have apparently been losing lots of money every single month. And they basically said, unfortunately, the highly competitive pay TV industry with expensive content and network deals has been slower to change than we expected. Because of this, we have decided to remain focused on our core gaming businesses.
And they were also, for a while, they were trying to sell it, too, from all reports.
Yes, they were trying to hand it off to someone.
Well, if you think about it, that's basically why Netflix went the route they did, because Netflix saw on the wall that in order to continue licensing this content from other content providers,
they were going to need original content.
Yeah, that's going to cost you too much money. And since Sony's material was all licensed from other companies, like, there just wasn't a profit there, which is unfortunate because PlayStation Vue was actually the first streaming service I ever used, like from a live TV content perspective.
It was more like the first truly more international one, because PlayStation Vue first popped up in Japan, then started kind of like.
The thing I didn't like though is I hated the interface on the Roku. That was my issue. The problem was I loved their channel selection.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great, and the reason I want them is because they had all the local stations.
Yep.
Because this was probably about 6-7 years ago. It was really hard to find a streaming service that had the local stations.
Yep.
And really, there was only one reason I wanted the local stations.
Football.
Football, good sir. We want some good old football.
Good old-fashioned football in style.
So that was my thing. And I was like, ooh, PlayStation View, cool. And then I jumped ship to YouTube TV once that came available with the local stations. But that was my only issue with PlayStation View was the interface on the Roku. Otherwise, I loved the service.
I shall be making that jump momentarily.
Well, I think the biggest issue, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
with the PlayStation View,
Mhm.
other than the whole network deals and what could be done there,
And also that's owned by Sony.
was the name.
View?
No, PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation View.
The amount of people who still thought,
That was only through PlayStation.
what did you need? Like, it could have been called anything else.
Mhm.
It could have been called the
Sony
Sony
View.
View. It could have been called Watch View. It would have been called View Now. But no, they had to call it PlayStation View. So everybody be like, oh, yeah, you don't need a PlayStation Play it. Oh, so what kind of PlayStation do I need to play my PlayStation View? No, you don't need a PlayStation. Oh, so I need that PlayStation View.
So,
Oh.
well, technically, okay, so here's a little bit of a weird thing. They fixed it, but originally there was a small issue if you were a PlayStation owner and you had PlayStation View. Sometimes there'd be this weird, like, out of sync, like you're out of your coverage area thing that you had to basically log in and log out of your PlayStation account for it to. It had something to do with the DNS entry, your IP address.
Because it'd be like authenticating. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because they're doing
Comcast,
region
of course,
based.
has dynamic. It's
Yeah.
not static.
So it's kind of like the first death of the streaming wars in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
and so I'm sad, so I will lose that one and gain. I'm almost 100% sure that we'll be gaining YouTube TV because my wife has been pushing for that forever.
I like it. I mean, YouTube TV, it works well for what. My biggest issue. So here's my one issue with YouTube TV,
Mhm.
and I don't know if PlayStation View is any better. Is let's say you have a regular recurring. So for instance, one of my regular recurrings is NCIS LA,
Mhm.
and what happens though is say they have a scheduled recording from 8 to 9 o'clock, right?
Yes.
So season 14, because there's 20 seasons of it.
Yep.
So season 14, episode 7. It's going to record Thursday from 7 to 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
But guess what happens is let's just say there's something before that. Let's just say there's a sports game that runs to 7:17.
That's every single on-demand DVR service
So
on demand.
the View has the same issue
Yeah.
where it doesn't figure out like, oh, and so like the number of episodes where I've not been able to watch like the full episode has been frustrating.
No, it's because all of the DVR technology is based off of the time codes.
Yeah.
Unless you manually say, hey, record an extra 5 minutes, which sometimes that's not even enough.
I don't have that option on the YouTube TV.
Oh well, that was Comcast. I
See,
don't ever messed around with.
When I had my
View.
old school DVR, like the old cable box DVR,
Mhm.
I always did that. Like it'd always be like record like 10 minutes after and 10 minutes before for that exact reason.
Yep.
But with a lot of these regular streaming services, you don't have that option.
Mhm.
So the number of episodes where I've lost content on either end's been
Astronomical.
that's my
sure.
biggest frustration, honestly.
Yeah.
Is when you try to record seasons like that, so you can go and just kind of watch seasons of any television show, is my biggest gripe. So I've actually kind of given up, unfortunately, on trying to record series of television shows because I've lost so many things.
That was interesting. I don't know.
So we kind of stopped because we think we lost power, but we're not sure what's going on here. Oh, that's
twice.
yep, that's awesome.
3 times a lady. Well, we'll find out real quick. You son of a bitch! You just turned off the TV again.
I did not. Jeez. Oops, wrong button. Nope, go back.
Happy Halloween!
Seriously. Okay, so I'm still getting internet, so I think we're still alive.
Okay, well, we're just, you're just seeing a lot of me stretching over the table.